This is Clueless. Let's talk VHS. In 1993, writer and director Amy Heckerling was approached by 20th Century Fox to develop a TV pilot about the cool kids in high school. Heckerling, the director of cult movie Fast Times at Ridgemont High and also Look Who's Talking 1 and 2, thought to focus on a character that is cool because it's always positive. She thought that the most popular character in the movie Fast Times at Ridgemont High was Jeff Spicoli because he was always a very positive person. She remembered that she had read the Jane Austen novel Emma while she was in college, and she always loved the title character's unwavering positivity. Heckerling sat in classes at Beverly Hills High School to get an idea of how teenagers were and acted. She began concentrating more on the girls. She wrote a screenplay for the pilot called No Worries, based the story on Jane Austen's Emma. Her agent read the script and told her that it actually had potential for a feature instead. Apparently, the executives at Fox just did not get it, and they were worried that a story that concentrated on characters that were girls would not work because no guys would come to see it. Sometime later, however, famous and successful producer Scott Rudin came across the screenplay and loved it. This led to a bidding war won by Paramount Pictures. Heckerling had seen Alicia Silverstone on the iconic Aerosmith video, especially crying, and thought that she was sensational. Executives at Paramount suggested Angelina Jolie, Kerry Russell, Reese Witherspoon, Gwyneth Paltrow, and others, but Heckerling always had Silverstone in mind, so the role of Cher Horowitz went to her. Silverstone really didn't know how to pronounce the word Haitians, but Heckerling thought it was funny, told everyone not to correct her, and it ended up being kept in the final film. Brittany Murphy, who was only 17 years old at the time, won the part of Ty Frazier. For the role of Josh Lucas, Cher's ex-stepbrother, Ben Affleck and Zach Braff were considered, but the role ended up going to Paul Rudd instead. Kerry Washington and Lauryn Hill were considered for the role of Dion Davenport, but the part went to Stacey Dash. Sarah Michelle Gellar was actually offered the role of Amber Marians, but she couldn't take the part due to her commitment to soap opera All of My Children. Actress Zooey Deschanel auditioned for the role as well. The part ultimately went to actress Eliza Donovan. Seth Green and Jeremy Renner auditioned for the part of Travis Birkenstock, but the role went to Breckin Meyer. Meyer did all of the skateboarding himself and actually got injured on that part with the halfpipe. Terrence Howard and Dave Chappelle went for the role of Murray Duval, but the role went to Donald Faison. Faison was given fake braces because apparently he had an extra baby tooth they were trying to hide. Actor Jamie Walters and Paul Rudd as well auditioned for the role of Christian Stovitz, but the role went to Justin Walker. You know that part in the movie at the party when they were playing that game Suck and Blow? Apparently that game was a lot harder than it looked because the credit card ended up not sticking on the lips of the actors and kept falling. Cast members had to apply thick layers of lip balm for the credit card to stay. The part of the teacher, Mr. Hall, played by celebrated thespian Wallace Shawn, was actually inspired by a real-life debate teacher at Beverly Hills High School called Herb Hall. The real-life Hall actually plays the principal in the movie. Speaking of Wallace Shawn, he's actually the one that came up with Cher's surname. Cher didn't have a last name on the script, so Shawn improvised by calling her Cher Horowitz when he was passing out that tardy slip. In another scene, you can see a shot of the report card that says the name Cher Hamilton. Costume designer Mona May worked on the iconic wardrobe in the movie. The budget allowed them to have only one high-end outfit, and that is the legendary yellow checkered dress that Cher wears that was designed by Jean-Paul Gaultier. The underwear dress that Cher wears that she claims is a Calvin Klein was actually not a Calvin Klein dress, but they used the designer's name for more brand recognition. Clueless was released July 19th in 1995. The film got great reviews and it ended up being a surprise hit, making more than $88 million at the end.
Ugh, as if!
A Clueless TV show ran from 1996 to 1997. The movie won Best Screenplay for the National Society of Film Critics Awards. Alicia Silverstone was given the Breakthrough Performance Award by the National Board of Review.
Like right now, for example, the Haitians need to come to America. But some people are all, what about the strain on our resources? it's like when I had this garden party for my father's birthday, right? I said RSVP because it was a sit-down dinner. But people came that like did not RSVP. So I was like totally bugging. I had to haul ass to the kitchen, redistribute the food, squish in extra place settings. But by the end of the day, it was like the more the merrier. And so, if the government could just get to the kitchen, rearrange some things, we could certainly party with the Haitians. And in conclusion, may I please remind you that it does not say RSVP on the Statue of Liberty.